You don't have to change your entire life in one day, but you must change something. A small thing, a small decision, a small discipline, because what you do daily matters more than what you do occasionally. Let me repeat that. What you daily matters more than what you do once in a while. You see, success is not a mystery. It's a formula, a few simple disciplines practiced every day. And the real tragedy, it looks the same in the beginning, nothing noticeable, no fireworks, no sirens, just quiet until one day you wake up and your life is either a masterpiece or a mess. Now, here's what I've learned over the years, and I've shared this with millions across the globe. Success is predictable. It's not luck, and it's not magic. It's hard work and discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment, and the bridge is built one brick at a time. That's what these habits are. Bricks. Solid. Daily. And over time, they form the structure of a life you can be proud of. Let me ask you a question. Do you want change? Most people say yes, but they're waiting for something. Waiting for motivation. Waiting for the perfect time. Waiting permission. But the truth, you don't need a perfect plan. You need a daily habit. You don't need a big leap. You need a small step taken again and again. Because if you develop the right habits, even just 7 of them, and you practice them daily, your entire life can change in 1 year. And 5 years from now, people will ask you what happened, and you'll smile and say, I just started doing the right things. Every single day. Now, I don't know where you are in life. Maybe you're just getting started. Maybe you've hit rock bottom. Maybe you're successful but still feel unfulfilled. Doesn't matter. What matters is where you're going. What matters is what you do, starting today. Because you can start a new habit at any time. You can start a new life at any time. You can start a new future today. But you've got to be serious. You've got to say, no more drifting. No more blaming. I'm ready to build. Because if you don't like how things are, I'd change it. You're not a tree? Now, listen carefully. The 7 habits I'm about to share with you, they're not complicated. They're simple. But don't mistake simplicity for insignificance. It's the simple things that build great lives. The habit of reading, the habit of planning, the habit of gratitude, the habit of discipline, the habit of service, the habit of focus, and the habit of reflection. Each one of these is a seed, and the seed has the potential for a forest, but it must be planted and watered daily. Now, people often ask me, Jim, how do I stay motivated? And I tell them, don't rely on motivation. Rely on your habits. Because motivation is fickle. Habits are faithful. Motivation comes and goes. Habits stay and grow. So if you want a different result, if you want a better life, a stronger mind, a wealthier future, don't start with the big goals. Start with the small habits. Make them daily. Make them non-negotiable, and they will carry you to the future you dream about. So in the next 7 parts, we're going to break it down. 1 habit at a time. I'll explain the habit. I'll share how it works, and I'll tell you why it matters. But most importantly, I'll challenge you to start today, because it's not knowing that changes your life. It's doing. So are you ready? Let's dive into the first habit, one that changed my life forever. If someone asked me, Jim, what's 1 habit you would never give up? I'd say, without hesitation, reading. Not just reading for reading's sake. Reading something valuable every single day. Let me tell you something simple, but it might just change your life. Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. It nourishes. It stretches. Now here's what I found. If you don't feed your mind gets weak. It gets tiresy. And when the mind gets lazy, your decisions suffer. Your discipline fades. And soon your life begins to drift. That's why I say, miss a meal if you must, but don't miss your reading. You see, reading just 10 pages of a good book every day, that's 50 pages a year. That's 12 to 15 books. Now imagine if those books were on wealth, discipline, mindset, Relationships, where do you think your life would beg a year from now? 5 years, you'd be unstoppable. It's not magic. It's mechanics. You read a page, your thinking changes. You read a chapter, behavior shifts. You read a book, your whole world can open up. Why? Because you're filling your mind with wisdom. You're borrowing decades of someone else's experience and compressing it into days of reading. That's leverage. But here's the key. You must read with intention. Don't just scroll social media's consume noise. Feed your mind the good stuff. Because here's the true thing. If you read what average people read, if you listen to what average people listen to, if you think like average people think, you'll live like average people live. But if you want to rise above the crowd, if you want to develop uncommon success, you must become an uncommon thinker. And the fastest way to do that is through the books you read. Now some people say, Jim, I don't have time. I say, you don't have time not to. Because a single idea from a single paragraph in a single book can change your career, can change your marriage, can change your income, can change your destiny. All from a few minutes a day. Do it in the morning before the world wakes up. Do it at lunch instead of scrolling your phone. Do it at night before you go to bed. Just do it. Because remember this, the book you don't read won't help. Let me give you a challenge. For the next 30 days, read something valuable every single day. A book, a biography, a personal development classic, even 5 pages, even 10. But do it daily. Don't skip. Don't compromise. Feed your mind and your life will follow. Because your life is not just shaped by what you dog, it's shaped by how you think. And how you think is shaped by what you read. The difference between where you are weak and where you want to be could be one idea. And that idea might be in the very next book you pick up. So start today. Find a book. Open it. And begin the habit that changes everything. Because when you change your reading, you change your thinking. When you change your thinking, you change your behavior. And when you change your behavior, you change your life. Let me give you a little philosophy that changed my life. Never begin the day until it is finished on paper. You say, Jim, what do you mean? Finish the day before it starts. I mean, plan it, write it, design it. You wouldn't build a house without a blueprint. So why wake up and build a day without one? Most people start the day in a rush. They let the day happen to them. They race chase. They put out fires. And at the end of the day, they're exhausted, but they've built nothing. No progress, no peace, no purpose. But successful people live different. They start early. They get quiet. And before the sun even rises, they're sitting down with a peg and a plan. Why? Because clarity is power. When your day is clear, your life gets clear. Now, I'm not talking about filling your day with 100 tasks. This is not about being busy. Business is a distraction. Productivity is a discipline. The goal is not to do more, it's to do what matters. When you plan your day, you take control. You focus. You decide what gets your time and what doesn't. And let me tell you, friends, time is more valuable than money. You can always make more money. But once a day is gone, it's gone. And the best way to honor your time is to plan it. Now, when I was 25, my mentor sat me down and asked, Jim, show me your plan for the day. I don't have one, he said. Then I can predict your future. That hit me. You see, without a plan, you drift. And when you drift, you end up somewhere you didn't intend. But with a plan, you move with direction. You work with purpose. You live with intention. That's where power comes from. So here's what I suggest. Every morning, before the noise begins, take 10 minutes. Just 10. Sit down. Get quiet. And write. Write your top 3 goals for the day. Write the one thing that, if you did it, would make the biggest difference. Write your schedule. Write your gratitude. Write your focus. You don't need a fancy system. You just need a pen and the will to do it. Because success is not in the big things. It's in the little things done daily. Let me give you a quote that served me well. Either you run the day or the day runs you. That's not just a clever line. That's a life truth. If you don't lead your day with discipline, it will lead you with distraction. If you don't choose your priorities, someone else will choose them for you. And before you know it, you're living someone else's schedule, someone else's agenda, someone else's life, but not you, not anymore. Today, you write your plan, you lead your day, you build it like a craftsman with care, and when the sun sets, you'll feel different. You'll feel accomplished. You'll feel focused. You'll feel powerful, because the person who plans their day commands their life. So tomorrow morning, when you rise, don't reach for your phone. Reach for your pen, reach for your planner, and create your day before it begins. You'll be amazed what a day can become when you design it with intention. Now let's take that clarity and combine it with something even more powerful: gratitude. Learn to be thankful for what you already have while you pursue all that you want. Gratitude. Now that's a small word, but it holds tremendous power. You see, we're all after more. More success, more health, more freedom. And that's good. That's noble. That's human. But let me tell you what I learned. If you're not grateful for what you have now, more will never be enough. Gratitude is the anchor that keeps you steady. It's the light that guides you when life gets dark. It's the fuel that gives your dreams meaning. And the most successful people I know, the happiest people, they don't just chase success, they practice gratitude every day. Now, someone once asked me, "Jim, how can I stay motivated every day?" I said, "Start your morning with thanks. Not for what's coming, but for what's already here. That breath you just took, that's a gift. The roof over your head, that's a blessing. That cup of coffee, that warm bed, that friend who called, that challenge that made you stronger, all of it, worthy of thanks." Because when you start recognizing what's good, more good begins to show up. It's not magic. It's mindset. Let me share something that changed my life. Every morning, I take out a little notebook and I write down 3 things I'm grateful for. Some days it's big things. My health, my family, my purpose. Other days it's the small things. A quiet sunrise, a good book, a smile from a stranger. But the act of writing it, the habit of noticing it, it shifts something inside. It takes you from stress to peace, from scarcity to abundance, from complaining to appreciating. And that change in attitude changes everything. You can't be negative and grateful at the same time. Try it. When your heart is filled with thanks, there's no room for fear. There's no space for envy. There's no energy left for resentment. That's the beauty of gratitude. It purifies your perspective. Now I know life isn't always easy. Sometimes the bills pile up. Sometimes people disappoint you. Sometimes your plans fall apart. But even thing, there's something to be thankful for. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring the bad. It means choosing to see the good, even in the middle of the bad. Because life responds to gratitude. The more thankful you are, the more you see reasons to be thankful. And when you walk through life with a thankful heart, people feel it. Opportunities find you. Peace follows you. It's not theory. It's truth. Now let me leave you with this thought. You can pursue your dreams with urgency and still live in contentment. The secret: be thankful for what you already have while you pursue all that you want. A gratitude doesn't make you lazy. It makes you strong. Because when you're grateful, you're not operating from lack, you're operating from overflow. And that, my friend, is a powerful place to live from. So here's your habiting. Every morning or every night, write 3 things you're grateful for. Big or small, but write them. Feel them. Speak them out loud if you can. And watch how your heart changes. Watch how your energy shifts. Watch how life begins to open up. Because a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. Now let's talk about a word that doesn't always feel comfortable, but always delivers results. Discipline. You know, I used to think success was about luck, chance, connections, but I found out it's not. Success is not something you pursue blindly. It's something you attract by the person you become. And the foundation of that person is self-discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's skipping the shortcut and walking the path. It's saying no to comfort so you can say yes to greatness. You see, the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret, that lasts forever. Let me give you the formula I learned from my mentor. A few simple disciplines, practiced every day, lead to a life of success and fulfillment. But a few errors in judgment, repeated every day, lead to failure and regret. So the question is, what direction are your daily habits pointing you? Now, discipline doesn't show up all at once. It's like a muscle. You start small. You build it. You wake up 15 minutes earlier. You read instead of scroll. You go for the walk when you'd rather sit. You save when you'd rather spend. Little things. But over time, those little choices compound, and that's the beauty of discipline. It stacks. It multiplies. It transforms. I remember when I decided to turn my life around. I was broke. I was behind. I had excuses. But someone said to me, "Jim, you can't hire someone to do your push-ups for you." And I realized no one's coming to do it for me. Discipline is your job. Success is your responsibility. And if you can master that small voice inside, that voice that says, "Not today, maybe tomorrow." If you can silence that voice with action, you'll change your destiny. Now, here's what discipline is not. It's not perfection. It's not about being rigid. It's not punishment. Discipline is simply this: choosing what you want most over what you want right now. That's powerful. You want to write a book. Discipline says, sit down and write it even when it's hard. You want a healthy body. Discipline says, skip the junk, take the walk, show up at the gym. You want financial freedom. Discipline says, budget, invest, say no to the unnecessary. The dream is free. But the grind, the path, the discipline, that's what costs. But oh, is it worth it? So let me ask you, what's one area of your life where you need more discipline? Maybe it's your time, your words, your money. Start small. Start today. But start, because every disciplined decision is a voted for the person you're becoming. Remember, my friend, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. You want the goal, build the bridge, brick by brick, habit by habit, day by day. And one day you'll wake up and realize that you didn't just reach your dream, you became the kind of person who could live in that dream. That is the power of daily discipline. Only by giving are you able to receive more than you already have. There's something powerful, something transformational about shifting your attention from yourself to others. You know, life has a mysterious way of rewarding those who live to serve. Not as a strategy, not as a tactic, but as a lifestyle. Service, my friend, is the secret to significance. Now, we live in a world that says, get ahead, look out for number one, climb the ladder, push past the rest. But I've learning, the ones who go the farthest, the ones who build the strongest legaciest are the ones who pause long enough to lift someone else, to listen, to care, to serve, intentionally. So let me ask you something. When was the last time you gave without expecting anything in return? When was the last time you helped someone just because you could? When you begin to serve others, you'll notice something. Your problems shrink. Your perspective expands. Your heart grows, because contribution is what gives life meaning. Now, service doesn't require grand gestures. You don't have to start a charity. You don't have to save the world. Sometimes it's as simple as a kind word, a listening ear, a little time, a helping hand. That's intentional service. It says, you matter. I see you. I'm here. One of the greatest lessons I ever learned was this: if you help enough people get what they want, you can have everything you want. You want more joy. Bring joy to someone else. You want success. Help someone else succeed. You want love. Start giving it away. Life has a boomerang effect. What you throw out comes back, but only if it's sincere. only if it's intentional. Serving others doesn't mean becoming a doormat. It doesn't mean forgetting yourself. It means living with awareness, with compassion, with contribution at the center. When you walk into a room, don't ask, "What can I get? What can I give?" Now, here's what's beautiful: serving others doesn't just change them. It changes you. It softens the edges. It strengthens the soul. It polishes the spirit. You begin to see the world through new eyes. And when you leave this life, you won't be remembered for the things you had. You'll be remembered for the lives you touched. That's true wealth. That's legacy. So here's the habiting everyday look for someone to serve. Could be a stranger. Could be a loved one. Could be a colleague. But look for the moment. Then take the step. And don't do it for applause. Do it for alignment. Because your purpose, your fulfillment, your joy, they're all tied to your service. Now let me remind you of this. Only by giving are you able to receive more than you already have. So give your smile, give your energy, give your time, give your heart, and watch what comes back. Now you've built your mindset. You've built your discipline. You've nurtured your soul. There's one more habit, one final key. Let's talk about your vision, your compass. Let's talk about reflection and direction. A life worth living is a life worth recording. Let me tell you something simple, but profound. If you're going to live a meaningful life, you ought to keep track of it. We track things that matter, don't we? Our finances, our weight, our steps, our wins. But here's a better question. Are you tracking your growth? Are you recording the lessons, the shifts, the changes that are shaping who you're becoming? Because if your life is worth living, and it is, then your life is worth recording. Reflection is not about dwelling. It's about learning. And reviewing your day, that's not about regret. It's about refinement. I used to think the day ended when the work was done. But I learned. The day truly ends when the lessons are captured. That's how you make tomorrow better than today. By asking the right questions at the end of each day. What did I learn? What did I do well? What could I do better? Who did I help? What did I avoid that I shouldn't have? What did I pursue that moved me forward? Simple questions, but they lead to powerful clarity. I always told my students, don't trust your memory. Your memory is fuzzy. Your notes are precise. So grab a journal, get a planner, open a document, write it down. Capture your life, not for history's sake, but for your own. Because when you look back at what you've learned, you accelerate your learning. When you track your wins, you build your confidence. And when you notice the patterns, you can change the ones that don't serve you. Reflection is like looking in a mirror, but instead of checking your appearance, you're checking your alignment. Are you still on track? Are you still growing? Are your days stacking up into a life that matters? Because life slips by fast, and if we're not careful, we start living by routine instead of by purpose. Reflection interrupts that drift. It brings you back to center. Now, don't wait for a crisis to reflect. Do it daily. A few minutes at night, or a quiet moment in the morning. Ask, listen, and record. You see, the reason I kept a journal all those years was because I didn't want to forget what life was teaching me. I wanted to gather the gold. And I suggest you do the same, because wisdom comes just from experience. It comes from evaluated experience. So write it down. Capture the